All right, we got an article here about caffeine in chocolate, coffee, tea, and more. Would you go up to a person and expect for them to know that there's caffeine in chocolate? I would say no. There's never been a caffeine content amount, uh, you know, information label on any chocolate bar that I've ever seen. And chocolate is pushed and pushed on everybody all year long. From these dumb holidays, these events, this Halloween event is dumb. Okay, it's just getting your stupid kids hooked on drugs. Okay, and you're dumb. You're like a dumb person if you do this. You're very ignorant. I've done this before, okay? I used to love chocolate. I used to love coffee. I used to love Pepsi. I used to love all the stimulant drugs, okay? And of course, I've had my battles with anxiety and depression. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe because you're hooked on a fucking stimulant, you retard. Your entire life. Mom's buying you fucking Cocoa Krispies and chocolate brownies with chocolate frosting. And you're giving your stupid kids cans of Pepsi and wondering why they can't sleep at night. And then you're giving your stupid kids fucking melatonin so they can sleep at night. You're dumb. It's like dumb. It's the movie Idiocracy. I haven't seen it, but I hear that's what we're living in. Like stop buying everything the TV sells you. Okay, is there hidden caffeine in chocolate? Caffeine hidden in chocolate is probably the most commonly consumed source of hidden caffeine. Why are you hiding caffeine? Why are you hiding caffeine? Why are you creating products that have hidden substances in it? And you're calling it something else. Why are you selling edible caffeine and calling a chocolate? Coming up with a word chocolate to disguise to describe edible caffeine. I mean, in milk chocolate, in your fucking candy bars, in your cereal, in your chocolate milk. You might as well be drinking a Diet Coke or a can of Coke. Even hot chocolate, a favorite choice to give children, has about 25 milligrams of caffeine. You're ignorant. Like this is the epitome of ignorance. In fact, it is just as important to remember that the sugar content as the is just as important to remember the sugar content as the caffeine in chocolate because they will both serve as stimulants. That's why Diet Coke has 46 milligrams of caffeine and no sugar, but a classic Coke has only 34 milligrams of caffeine, but 39 milligrams of sugar. Sugar and caffeine work in conjunction to stimulate you. Why do you need that stimulation? What happens after you get severely stimulated? You severely crash, and you rinse and repeat that cycle every day, multiple times a day, your entire life. You don't think that's going to screw with your condition? You don't think that's going to alter your condition in an adverse way? You think you passed the test because you were up on stimulants all night? You're like dumb. You have the chemical, you have every chemical you need in your body already. You just need water. You need some fruit. You need some vegetables. You need a little bit of protein. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult to wake up every day and ready to go. You don't need anything else but to hydrate. The same is true of chocolate. Chocolate itself is bitter. Without sugar, chocolate would not be considered to taste good at all. Don't believe me? Try eating baker's chocolate. It's bitter. Look at dark chocolate, 80 milligrams per 3 ounces of caffeine. Milk chocolate, 20 milligrams of caffeine. Why do you think it's go to the aisle in your grocery store and break products down to what they are. Are they a sugar product? Are they a drug product? Are they just a meat product? Are they a rice product? Is it a corn product? And look how many aisles are dedicated to caffeine. Look at all the chocolate ice cream. Look at the ice cream aisle. Caffeine. Look at the cereal aisle. Caffeine. Look at the snack aisle. Cookies, caffeine. Look at the breakfast aisle. Chocolate, caffeine, coffee, caffeine, tea, caffeine. Drugs, 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 drugs. Stimulants, drugs, sugar, stimulants, drugs. Look at the candy aisle. The candy aisle is in the same aisle as the gelatin aisle. Why do they want... that's another thing. I don't know. Break... When you go in the grocery store, break each aisle down by its base ingredient. And this is why they have to put in white chocolate. Despite the name white chocolate is not really chocolate. It's not caffeine. Chocolate is caffeine. White chocolate is primarily a combination of sugar, cocoa butter, milk products, and vanilla. Cocoa butter is the fat removed from the cocoa bean. It does not contain the bean itself, which gives it its chocolate flavor. The chocolate flavor is coming from the caffeine you're tasting. Research indicates that moderate consumption of coffee can help prevent the development of type 2 diabetes and Parkinson's disease. The study also indicated that moderate coffee intake reduced the risk of stroke and Alzheimer's disease. Okay, but it's not all good news, right? Whoa, whoa, whoa there, buddy. What else reduces and prevents type 2 diabetes? Not eating like shit. What helps prevent Parkinson's disease? Being a healthy person. Alzheimer's disease. Go run. You know what stimulates you? A good run. Get up and start moving. All this disease stuff is lack of stimulation. It's because you're sitting around staring at the wall watching TV, not thinking or moving. For pregnant women, oh, here we go. Here comes the bad news. People suffering from anxiety disorders and people with low calcium intake, that same moderate or high intake of coffee triggered negative study results. So if you overcome coffee or tea, better for you benefits won't apply. 95 milligrams of caffeine and 8 ounces of coffee. That's a pretty good amount of drugs. So go ahead, keep giving your kids chocolate and being ignorant that you're actually giving them drugs. You're giving them caffeine. You're making them sick with all the stupid holidays that are centered around giving an abundance of drugs, and then complaining how your kids have ADHD, they won't sit still, they can't sleep. You know, all the problems with all these kids. You know, younger people are bulletproof if you don't tamper with them. You start force feeding them chemicals, and their systems are gonna break down. Even chocolate ice cream has caffeine. Yeah, why do you think people eat chocolate ice cream? Ice cream is crap. Although it only averages 2 milligrams of caffeine per scoop, it's still in there. You're still giving your stupid kids drugs and wonder why they're acting all weird. Just stop doing it. You don't need this product. You don't need these energizer. You don't need any more energy than you were born with. You need hydration, and you need good actual nutrition from good foods that um, grow from the earth. You don't need packaged. You don't need a can full of a chemical solution. Quitting caffeine does not mean suffering through headaches, feeling irritable or moody. That sounds like someone coming off of drugs. See, look at, and then this dude, look at, and here we go. This guy's warning you how addicting caffeine can be, and they're gonna sell you caffeine drugs. Like, how about just stop being a weak ass bitch and not do caffeine?